But Liverpool all in red, Manchester City in their sky blue shirts and white shorts and sky blue socks will be playing in this first half from right to left, as once again the players take the knee, and that is warmly applauded by this capacity crowd here at the King Power as referee Craig Pawson gets us underway. And I'll run through the two teams, with Erling Haaland making his Manchester City debut here at the King Power in a Manchester City side, the league champions of course, with Ederson in goal, Walker, Ruben Dias, Ake and Cancelo the defence, Mahrez, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne and Grealish, and Erling Haaland up front. Liverpool on the attack, Salah cuts it back, Thiago first time shot blocked and then cleared away long by Bernardo Silva. For Liverpool, Adrian is in goal. Alisson will be fit to be in between the sticks for next week's league opener at Fulham. A back four of Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk, Matip and Robertson. A midfield of Henderson, Fabinho and Thiago. And then a front three of Salah, Firmino and Luis Diaz. Darwin Nunez is on the bench.
It's certainly been played in the spirit of which somebody wants to win the game. It really is competitive at the moment.
Salah, central area, collects the ball from Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold then pings the ball out towards Luis Diaz, off the chest. Plays it back, Thiago floats it across, Salah waits, controls it, kills the ball dead with his left foot. Back to Alexander-Arnold! Liverpool lead! Hit it first time, took a deflection, clipped the inside of the left post. But Liverpool are ahead. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Manchester City 0, Liverpool 1.
Yes, it ends up at Salah's feet yet again. And when Salah gets the ball, they are doubling up every single time. Cancelo, Jack Grealish is there on the right-hand side of Cancelo, forcing Salah to do something special. He didn't this time. He rolled it back to Trent Alexander, 5 yards from the corner of the right-hand side of the box, and he curled it into an area. And I think it was Ake that may have just taken it away from the keeper. I think it was one of those, what we call the eyebrows. It just nudged it on the top of his head. Watching it again, Salah controls, they double up on Salah. It's rolled back to Trent Alexander, and yes, I think it's Ake that gets a touch. Takes it away from the keeper.
It does, yeah, just a slight nick. Whether or not that would have affected things or not, this is a good angle. We're just seeing it from here. It's bending towards. I'm not too sure if it would have made any difference still. And it hit the post. And Ake almost nearly directs the ball wide, actually.
Yeah.
Just forces it further wide. But they just don't get out quick enough, City, do they? As it gets set back to Alexander-Arnold, that's your trigger. It's a midfield play. You've got to get out. You cannot allow him to hit that ball that comfortably from that kind of range. He's absolute quality.
That's happened many, many times when Salah's got the ball down Liverpool's right. They double up, which is what they have to do because he's that good. But it is going to leave another player free.
That's the space, and they've exploited it, Liverpool.
It's just a haze of red at the moment towards our left. There were countless smoke bombs that were thrown onto the pitch in celebration from the Liverpool supporters. You can clearly smell the sulphur as well inside the stadium, and as that drifts, eventually now we can make out Adrian in the Liverpool goal. But Alexander-Arnold with the goal for Liverpool, 1-0.
I thought I was watching the Commonwealth Games when I saw Kyle Walker come sprinting back there. I mean, he's barely lost half a yard in pace, is he? I mean, Diaz just ghosted past Rodri about 10 minutes ago, didn't he? But Kyle Walker, it's a different ball game, isn't it? He's got real pace to just bring back almost at least 5 or 6 yards.
Here is De Bruyne for Manchester City. Chips the ball forward. Foden, good save by Adrian. The ball is put in, but the flag's up. And the flag was raised before the ball was put into the back of the net. And that goal will not count. Manchester City's joy is short-lived. But what a save from Adrian to keep out Phil Foden's volley from close range.
I think the ball from De Bruyne is outstanding. He doesn't panic. Erling Haaland just puts into De Bruyne's path. He's about 10 yards away from the corner of the D. Maybe just onside. We're just looking at the first one. Great save, I've got to say, from Adrian. A great save. But the ball in and the finish, or the attempted finish from Foden, is just outstanding. It really is. But Liverpool again getting numbers back.
Is the offside from the initial one then, Dion, or is there an offside in this situation from the first pass?
I would imagine it's from the first pass.
That's tight.
That was tight. That to me looked onside.
We'll see where they're taking the free kick from. I'm not sure.
John Brooks is the VAR. I wouldn't be surprised if this goal actually stands.
No, because it just surprised me that the flag went up. I mean, they're normally just withholding the flag until the passage of play is over. But it went up quite early, Deno, like you said. It went up.
Yeah, agreed. I think
very early.
The ball was ultimately put in by Alvarez, but the flag was already up at that stage. But VAR are having a look at it. And if it is that first instance, which is the only TV replay that we've seen, I think Phil Foden's onside.
It did look onside. Oh, it's really, it's a hairline one, isn't it? Could go either way, but looks very level.
I don't think Foden's offside, is he? I don't think Foden's offside.
Alvarez was also up there as well now.
Absolutely, yeah.
Kyle Walker's having a word with Craig Pawson. They are checking the disallowed goal for offside. It is very, very tight. And Julian Alvarez, all the talk about Haaland waiting to get his off the score sheet, it might well be the other striker who's been brought in to bolster their ranks that might well get a goal here. You can hear the frustration from the supporters, the paying supporter inside the stadium with this lengthy delay.
Yeah, well, we're not seeing anything either, are we? So it is frustrating.
The goal does indeed stand. Alvarez has scored on his debut, and after a lengthy delay for that VAR check, it's been ruled that it was onside from the initial pass, and Manchester City have levelled. 17 minutes remain. It's Liverpool 1, Manchester City 1.
It's a great save, but it's the pace keeping the ball alive. I think it's Foden that keeps it alive, but he's there, isn't he? He's there on the spot. Any little loose balls.
But like I say, the vision from Kevin De Bruyne, the way he gets his head up, clips that to the far post. The moment I saw it, it's still, I felt that it was at least level. Certainly didn't look to be offside. And Manchester City got themselves back in this game.
First time that this match has been played away from Wembley Stadium in 10 years, and they could be heading for a penalty shootout. 2012 it was because of the Olympics. Of course, Wembley's being utilised tomorrow for that Women's Euro final. M.Salah coming forward now for Liverpool with a cross. Nunez with a header. Handball, surely. Went for the header. Has to be a handball. VAR will have a check. That's got to be a handball. Absolutely. Meanwhile, Manchester City at the other end, Alvarez with a cross. Foden goes deep. It's going to go out of play now.
I'm no doubt that that's a handball. Ruben Diaz, his arms, the ball was floated brilliantly from Salah as Nunez just peels off the back of Diaz, and the way he just wants to get the block in, his arm is just raised in a... The thing with it is an unfamiliar position in terms of the arm is out, but it's in correlation to the way that Diaz is moving.
Jumping, exactly. You need to put your hands somewhere in order to balance yourself.
Exactly.
Matthew,
So
it is handball, though. It is handball.
It is handball. But what can you do about that as a centre back? It's just the way he's naturally moving his body to actually compete.
But also, in terms of the referee's guidelines, they say if the ball is away from the body line, which it was, that's what they're looking for. So in today's interpretation, you'd have to expect the penalty to be given.
But as you're going to spin and jump to try and head a ball as a centre-back, your arms aren't going to be down by your side. They're going to be up in the air to get some elevation and to control your body. So, it's not in a foreign position in terms of how he wants to move, Diaz, but it is away from his body, and the referee's now going to have a look at the screen.
Yeah, I don't think the header was going in anyway, to be honest with you, so I think... if they get this penalty, they've done very, very well.
John Brooks, who is the VAR at Stockley, has instructed Craig Pawson to come across to the monitor now, down in front of us, in front of the main stand. And thankfully they're looking at the penalty in motion rather than the actual still, because every time you freeze a photo, it's always handball. He's got to see it in the natural motion.
But this is where it is just down to interpretation, isn't it?
But as ever, when the referee is instructed, you very rarely see them overturned, and the penalty has been awarded by referee Craig Pawson. And with 8 minutes remaining, Liverpool have a chance from the spot to go back in front, and it's Mo Salah.
Yeah, and you know what? while all that was going on, Mo Salah had the ball in his hand. He had the ball in his hand as if to say, this is a penalty, lads, I'm taking.
Well, he saw the referee run to the screen.
And he knew.
It means one thing.
Absolutely, there you go.
Manchester City, meanwhile, are protesting to Craig Pawson. Ruben Diaz, Cancelo, Ake, Kyle Walker, 4 of the Sky Blue shirts around the match official. One of them has been shown a yellow card. It might well have been Cancelo. Don't worry, the yellows or red cards don't count towards any accumulation as far as the Premier League season concerns. And despite all of the hubbub going on around him, Mo Salah has his head bowed and waits to place the ball down on the penalty spot.
It's a harsh penalty, isn't it? No? Think it's harsh?
I just think in today's game, with the interpretation, as soon as your hands are way outstretched from your body, the referees are going to give it.
It is harsh, I agree with you, Mathew, but it's always going to be a pen.
Yeah.
It's always going to be a pen.
Mo Salah, whose record from the penalty spot for Liverpool is very impressive. He's scored 21 out of his 24 penalties for Liverpool. Mo Salah signed that new extended deal in the summer. Such a key player for Liverpool. Scores. The goalkeeper dived the right way, but Mo Salah, left-footed, finds the bottom right-hand corner. Edison away to his left, couldn't keep it out. Liverpool are back in front. They lead Manchester City by 2 goals to 1.
Well, it had to be a good penalty from Mo Salah. It really did. Edison guessed exactly the right way. He looks really disappointed because he threw everything to his left and low, but the strike was clean. It was very accurate, and it just nestled into the side netting. Whenever you hit that side netting, you've got a real chance of scoring, but that is so close.
That is some leap, isn't it, from Edison, from the keeper there. He's really thrown himself to the left, but Mo Salah does what he does well. He finds the side netting, shows it into the keeper, away from the keeper. Keeper's left. 2 keepers ain't going to save that, I'm afraid.
It made a massive difference, Dion, that it was right on the turf as well.
Absolutely.
If that's a foot off the turf, I think you can save it.
Yeah.
But the fact it just grazed along the grass into that bottom corner makes it so hard to get.
Liverpool are going to make a substitution. Not surprised that Thiago has been getting a standing ovation by some in front of us. He's been absolutely outstanding. Naby Keita is going to come on to replace him. Liverpool lead 2-1. Not many people are leaving early here from the King Power. Doesn't bode well. It's a nightmare to get away from, especially with the traffic congestion around the ground. But
don't team Mathew up with
don't go there.
Any travel, please don't bring any travel into it, please.
Header
forward by Milner. Nunez is after it. The goalkeeper's come out of his penalty area, and Edison was there. The Brazilian beating the Uruguayan. Liverpool have won it back. Carvalho's going to take over now, just outside the D, towards Salah, just outside the penalty area. Scoops the ball towards Robertson. Downward header. Nunez with a header. It's the perfect debut for Darwin Nunez. A stooping header from close range. And Liverpool wrap up the Community Shield. The first silverware of the season is in the bag. And Darwin Nunez is off and running in the red of Liverpool. 3-1.
Robertson on the far post to keep that cross alive. Absolutely outstanding. Nods it down, and who's there? Nunez is in that centre forward position. Gets across his man. Just a little nudge, that's all he needs. He's 5 or 6 yards out. Puts it in the back of the net. Liverpool, I've got to say, yes, it's been an even game, Matty, but overall I've got to say they deserve it.
Well, what I love about it is they turn the ball over. It's quite sloppy from City. They win the ball back in the middle of the park. OK, Nunez is there for the header, but there's 2 or 3 other red shirts in that box as well at this stage of the game. 2-1 up. I mean, the energy and desire of this team to get forwards is brilliant, and he just guides that one past Edison.
He's just taken off his shirt in the celebration. He's just been pointing to the Liverpool badge. He's got a yellow card as well, which he gave the thumbs up to referee Craig Pawson. And then when he eventually makes his way down the touchline, a beaming smile from Jurgen Klopp greets him, and a pat on the back. And Mo Salah is now coming off as well to be replaced by Curtis Jones. And also, it was interesting there that Jurgen Klopp has turned to the Liverpool supporters to applaud with his hands above his head to acknowledge the efforts of Mo Salah today. The 7 minutes have elapsed. Liverpool lead by 3 goals to 1. Third time lucky for Jurgen Klopp. He's finally won the Community Shield, and in fact now, for 7 of the last 8 seasons, this competition has been won by the FA Cup holders, and it's Liverpool who run out 3-1 winners here.